I think moving forward in the 21st century, we're going to really see Maroon heritage on a more community-based level, right? And so even the work that I do, I try to do more community-based archaeology work. And that's really like this whole mapping exercise is because that image that you see there, that structural, that's digitized. So that becomes like this nice, really digital map that they can use with the government to negotiate aspects of the landscape for conservation, where exploitation can take place, where the government is allowed to go to do things, where they're not allowed to go to do things, based on understanding what the traditional landscape is, what it means to these people, where they use certain resources, places that are benign, places that have spiritual significance, places that are spiritually negative. You know, that was one of the attributes of what they reported. Places that are deemed spiritually negative, that no one goes to, that no one should be going to or doing anything at. So there's such a variety of how they interpret that relationship, their relationship to that landscape, you know, that map represents. And it's just also been great for us because it helps us learn about other places for potential archaeological research. You know, which is really the goal for us is. You know, in lieu of not having a lot of these expensive remote sensing technologies in Suriname, we really do depend a lot on going via the community. And even like I mentioned, to work in the community, you have to get permission. You have to get permission from them even to go into the bush to do your digging. You know, you can't just get out the boat and say, hey, and then just walk into the bush. You can't do that. You do need to get permission because, again, based on that that matrilineal clan structure, certain places in the bush belong to certain family lineages. You know, it goes with their history. Yeah.
Very fascinating.
Yep.
Fascinating. All right, Dr. White, I just have this one last question for you. You seem to be very knowledgeable in the different languages, and you said, and you speak two other native languages, right? Can you tell us which two native languages do you speak?
I speak Juka and Pamaka, but they're very similar languages. I mean, to me, they sound similar. And I understand Saramakans. I should speak it a little bit better. I can speak it a little bit, but I can hold my own in a conversation with Saramakans. But Juka, Pamaka is I hear it and I speak it like I hear and speak English.
Okay. How do you say out of many one people in their language? In Juka. Yeah.
Oh no, Surinamese people have a saying for that. They call ala condresma. Ala condresma. Ala condre.
Ale condre.
Ala meaning
ala.
all. Ala condre, country.
Ala condre. Ala condre.
Sma.
Ale condre sma.
Sma, yeah. Ala condresma means like people out of many one people. That's what it means.
Interesting.
Yeah. If you think about it, the way I really help myself learn the language, right, is I would think about this relationship to Patois, and I'm like, oh, okay, like how Jamaicans say like smutty, what kind of smutty, you know, a smutty rolling and smutty did. And so sma is like a shorter version of that.
Right.
That's how I taught myself that, you know. Or things like, you know, like I said, with nyam is a verb, but we have it like a verb. They have it as a verb, but they also have a noun version of it, nyanya, which means food. Nyam means to eat. Yeah, nyanya means food.
Nyanya.
So when they say something like doti nyanya, what do you think that would mean? Doti nyanya.
Dirty food?
No.
Doti.
Doti literally meaning dirt. Dirt.
Oh, food from the ground.
Precisely.
Ground provision then. Ground provision.
Precisely. Yeah. Yeah, they say doti nyanya. Yeah, so I mean to say out of many one people is ala condresma. That's a term here. Ala condresma is out of many one people.
Ala condresma. Okay. All right, Dr. White, thank you very much for participating in the second annual CSEC lecture series brought to you by the Department of History and Archaeology. I'm sure the students have learned a lot. I definitely have learned a lot from this. And remember, guys, look at the similarities that are popping out, the differences. All right, so we'll end the lecture here, and we're looking forward to you participating again.
Okay, thank you very much. You have a good night.